Hey, it's Tina Forsyth here. Here we are, entering into the spring season of conferences and all kinds of workshops and events and fun sort of training programs and such that are out there. And if you're anything like me, you may have a hard time picking and choosing what you're going to attend, what you're not going to attend, what is the best thing, where is the best place and time to spend, the best place to spend your time and energy. That's the word I was trying to look to. That's what I was trying to say. First and foremost, I just want to be clear that I do believe it's really, really important for you to attend conferences, to go to live events, to go to live workshops. First and foremost, especially if you're virtually based, it's just good to get out of the house every once in a while and to see live people and to engage with live people, right? I believe you should go to 2 different types of conferences each year, at least one of each. First and foremost, one for yourself and one for your own business. So that may be specific to your industry, specific to your community. It may be about how you can build and expand your own business. You want to go to a conference that's really just for you, right? For you to be able to learn how to grow and expand your business in whatever way, shape, or form you want to. Secondary, I believe it's great, a really good practice, to go to a conference that is full of a room of your ideal clients. So you get to know people, you get to meet people, you get to find out what's important to them and what's on their mind. And really, at the end of the day, there is no better way to get clients than to actually meet them face to face. And of course, many of you, as I know, similar to myself, work virtually, have a virtual-based business, and you can connect with clients online and social media and phone calls and all of that. But really, at the end of the day, when you get to meet people face to face, that's by far the biggest way to connect with your potential clients. So I highly recommend that you attend at least 2 conferences per year based on that kind of criteria. I wanted to share with you the events, the conferences I'm going to this spring, right? And to let you know, of course, why I'm going to these particular conferences. And I will tell you, I have a hard time picking. Quite honestly, there's a part of me that if I wanted to, I'd probably be going to 8 things this spring. But of course, based on commitments with home and family and business overall, there's 3 that I know for sure I'm going to be attending. And first and foremost is the Mise Camp Live, which is run by my friend and former business partner, Andrea J. Lee. Some of you may be familiar with Andrea. She's actually run the Wealthy Thought Leader conferences for a number of years now, and this is kind of the evolution of what her Wealthy Thought Leader conference is about. What I love about Andrea, and what I was at her very first Wealthy Thought Leader. Actually, I was at the first 2 or 3 of them, I think. And what I love about Andrea, what she's really brilliant at, is she's so good at seeing things from a different angle. I believe that Andrea is one of the best people out there that I know who can look at a business model, look at what somebody's bringing to the table, and be able to see how they can bring that to life in a different way. And she just did her Business as Unusual tour, which was really popular, and that kind of explains a lot of how Andrea approaches things. But highly, highly recommend that event for you. And of course, that is one I'm going to be attending myself. It's in Vancouver, up here in Canada. If you've never been to Vancouver, it's an amazingly great city, and that's taking place in April. April 11th to 13th. I'm going to pop links with this video as well, too, to let you know where you can find more information about these various conferences versus me trying to say links and you trying to scramble to write them all down and everything, right? So just look for the links that come alongside this video to find out more. Highly recommend that one. The second event I'm going to this year is called the Inside Edge. And this is run by my friend and colleague, Angelique Ruers. Angelique and I just got to know each other maybe about a year-ish ago. And really, really fascinating stuff. I actually do consider this to be one of the conferences where I'm truly, truly excited about what Angelique is going to be teaching, because I don't know of anybody else who's teaching this. And the heart of what the Inside Edge is about is learning how to work with higher end clients, corporate contracts, how to get clients that are essentially going to pay you a whole heck of a lot more money for what you're doing, as opposed to working with, smaller one-on-one individual, smaller type businesses and so on. Now, I find this really, really fascinating for a few reasons. First and foremost, I know very little about this, right? And it's an area that I think a lot of entrepreneurs have not really been considering for themselves or haven't really purposely looked at. But as Angelique has shared with me, is that there is a world of corporate clients out there, a world of these bigger companies that have budgets to spend. And in many cases, they've actually mandated themselves and committed themselves to spending more money on hiring smaller businesses, hiring smaller people, smaller type solopreneurs, contractors, etc., to do work for them in their businesses. And yet, if anything, they have a tougher time finding the right people to come in and do this projects for them, right? So Angelique at the Inside Edge is going to teach all about how to approach these bigger clients. I mean, you could get a couple of big contracts like this and be set for the year, right? Which I know is really appealing to some of you. And of course, there's many other things that Angelique's going to be teaching at this event. We're actually sponsoring at this event, and I'm speaking at it as well in one of the breakout sessions. So I will by all means be there based on that. But it's one that I'm highly recommending to a lot of people, and in particular to my my inner clients, my inner circle, and everything as well. Angelique's Inside Edge event, that is April 17th to 20th. So it's actually the weekend right after Andrea's as well, too. And that's going to be in Washington, D.C. So really highly recommend checking that one out. Last but not least, the third event, the third conference I know I'm going to be attending this year is the Women Entrepreneurs Rock the World Conference. Now, hopefully we're not walking the world. That might be a bit tiring. But the Rock the World Conference, which is produced by Savor the Success. And I've been one part of the seven-figure mastermind there with the Savor the Success group for just about a year now. It's been a really great experience, a really great group of people. What I like about this event, I haven't actually been to the Rock the World Conference before. It takes place in New York, May 8th and 9th, I think it is. Good thing I wrote this stuff down or I'd never remember. I haven't actually been to the conference before, but what I like is that Angela's really brought together some very, very powerful speakers for this conference. You know, she's got the founder of Guilt speaking. She's got Simon Sinek speaking, who wrote the book Start With Why and has done that amazing TED Talk. You know, she's got a lot of great speakers, panelists, all kinds of fun things going on. And Angela is beyond committed and dedicated to really helping women entrepreneurs grow. And I know she produces an amazing event. And plus, you get to hang out in New York. If you're in New York already, woohoo, easy to get there. If you're not, it's a lot of fun to hang out in that city. I've been doing that quite a bit the past year, so it's a lot of fun to be there. That's another one that I highly recommend as well, too. And I want to throw an honorable mention in here. I mean, I won't be attending, most likely will not be attending this one myself because it's at the same time as my daughter's birthday. My daughter's going to be turning 7 in March. But of course, David Nagel, who I've coached with in the past, and of course, I'm one of the faculty members in his Destination 7 coaching program. And, you know, David does his Breaking Free live experience. He's doing that again here in March 20th to 23rd. And I believe that's in Dallas this time around. But, you know, I honestly cannot recommend that one high enough as well. I mean, I've experienced David's work in many different fashions over the years. And I will tell you, especially if you find yourself in any kind of stuck place, if you find yourself not really sure what's next or how to move forward, or you feel like you know all the to-dos and all the steps to do things, but for some reason you just can't make things happen, etc., then I highly, highly recommend that. Highly recommend that. I mean, anytime I'm in a room with David, in any kind of teaching format, conferences, etc., and otherwise, as I like to say, I always get the kick in the butt that I need at that time, and I always learn a lot of things. So that's another one too. I say honorable mention because I don't think I'll actually be there at that one, but by all means, highly recommend that you attend that one too, if you're interested. So that's it. The 4 conferences that 3 of which I know I'm attending, 1 of which I highly recommend as well too. And if you're looking at what to consider, or you're exploring for yourself where you want to go, where you want to invest your own time and energy, would love to see you at any one of these 3 conferences. Heck, maybe you'll see it all 3. Woohoo! That would be fun. But by all means, post, share, comments and such along with the video. Would love to hear where you're going, what conferences you're attending this year and why. And likewise, if you're going to be attending any of these, let me know, because we need to make sure to connect. So until next time, it's Tina Forsyth here. Take care. Bye now.